And now to talk more on this, we have with us Lieutenant General retired Naeem Khalid Lodhi. Now, sir, welcome to Indus News, and I'm sure you must be watching all the news around and the developing situation in Afghanistan. How do you see the things working out in Afghanistan, sir?
Thank you very much. I think it is essential to understand the background under which the Taliban have taken over Afghanistan so quickly in a lightning manner. It is not a military victory. It is a political victory, because militarily it is just not possible to go to the length and breadth of the country and keep occupying it. Actually, in my opinion, what happened was that the people of Afghanistan were fed up of the behavior of occupation forces, and also they were fed up of the corrupt Afghan government, which is Ashraf Ghani's government. So that is the reason they welcomed Taliban everywhere. They joined their ranks, and that is how, with such a lightning speed, Taliban, they have taken over Afghanistan completely. Even Kabul is, they have not entered Kabul because of their own sweet will. Otherwise, by now, they would have been inside the Kabul. So I think I was the first one to say, and I've been saying throughout, that after the evacuation of Americans, Afghanistan is going towards peace. Everybody was saying, no, it is going towards civil war, it is going towards chaos, and we will have a lot of fallout in terms of refugees and all that. And I kept on saying, no, no, no. Afghanistan is going towards peace. This zone is going towards peace. Pakistan will benefit from the peace of Afghanistan, and that is what is happening.
Right, so I believe Taliban has taken care of Afghanistan as the government should have taken care of the people of Afghanistan. And this is one reason, as you said, that the people inside Afghanistan are in continuous support of the Taliban. And now, with the Taliban having control of all the border crossings in Afghanistan, I believe, this is my personal, I believe this personally, that there might not be a refugee crisis, obviously, because the Taliban are now in control and they want to control Afghanistan for a better future.
This is true. And as the minister was saying, one or two things, of course, whatever he is more information, so whatever he was saying must be true. But I do not believe in one or two things. One, situation is not evolving. Situation has evolved. And it is only the terminal end of the situation which has to be seen, which is what sort of government. And from the attitude of Taliban, they have forgiven everyone. There's a total amnesty. They are not carrying out any bloodshed. They have not, held people unnecessarily. They are even saying that those who want to leave, they can leave. So all these gestures, they clearly prove that they are confident about themselves. And secondly, these good gestures will bring them international recognition, which you were talking about. I'm quite sure about it. And also internal support. So the situation is already unfolded in front of us. I would urge the Pakistani leadership to take advantage of this situation and mend their fences with the Afghan Taliban immediately. And these two places, Chaman and Torkham, these should be opened so that people of Afghanistan should not suffer. They must get food. They must get other amenities which keep going from Pakistan. The only thing is that they can, instead of the trucks crossing this way and that way, we can have a transshipment arrangement where our trucks go up to the border, and then the things are shifted. So we should immediately realize that already situation is in front of us. Afghan Taliban will be the major political players, although I am also very sure that there will be an inclusive government. And then, of course, the things will pan out. But Pakistan should not waste this opportunity waiting like others, because our situation is not like others. We are the most intimately connected country with Afghanistan. We should immediately act and take initiative and, build our trust with the Afghan people. And Afghan people have already shown their solidarity with Afghan Taliban. And I would also urge that we should now stop calling Afghan Taliban. The moment the government is made, inclusive government, we should start calling it Afghan government and Afghanistan and Afghan people. And this is how I think we should move forward. We should be confident. We should not be looking at America and the West, that first they should take initiative and then we will do something. We must, I think, talk to China, Russia, Iran, Central Asian countries, and collectively, immediately, whatever inclusive regime comes in power, we should be the first one to recognize it, along with China, Russia, Iran, and Central Asian countries.
Right, so also commented this, we already know, and the world knows this for a fact, that there are countries in the world that want peace in Afghanistan to remain there and for Afghanistan to prosper, and most importantly, Pakistan wants peace in Afghanistan. But with that saying, there are also numerous countries around the world that do not want to see peace in Afghanistan. And just to add this also to this, just connecting the dots, now Russia has called a special emergency meeting on Afghanistan at the United Nations Security Council. What can we expect from that meeting?
I think they will just spell out certain conditions for the Afghan Taliban to adhere to, which will be naturally saying that they should not perpetuate any atrocities against the people of Afghanistan. And if those things are adhered to, then probably they might also indicate that the world will only recognize them if they do this. And I'm sure Afghan Taliban this time are a different Taliban, and they would listen to whatever comes out from United Nations Security Council. But as you were saying, that there are countries, those who don't want peace. I never mince my words. The leading country in the world which doesn't want peace in Afghanistan is United States of America, closely followed by India.
Right, just to add on this point, now we have 5,000 US troops in Kabul right now as we are speaking, and the purpose of that deployment was for the evacuation of the diplomatic staff of the US embassies and other European allies. But for example, let's see if the situation backfires, it does not go according to the plan, the negotiations fail. Do you see these 5,000 personnel plus the others of the allies, of course, taking over control of Afghanistan or maybe giving a hard time to the Taliban?
Not at all possible, because if 150,000 coalition forces could not teach them a lesson, 5,000 will never be able to do it. The only thing is, I think they wanted to send these forces to make sure that the world witnesses that they can send forces, they can bring back forces whenever they feel like, so that people, they don't start saying that Americans have been defeated in Afghanistan. That is the only reason. Otherwise, I'm sure that as Afghan Taliban were saying that we will not touch any embassy, people can evacuate. So there was no need of actually bringing these 5,000 people. Even 1,000 were enough. So this is an overreaction, I would say. And now they must be repenting, because now taking out of these 5,000 people will be a big problem. But yes, I agree with you. One thing we must keep in mind, that there can be a false flag operation because of this presence of these such a strong force. They can initiate a sort of civil war artificially. But I'm sure the Afghan people and Afghan Taliban are wise enough to sense all such gimmicks that will also not succeed.
Right. Also, now, Mr. Lodhi, we were talking right now about you said that the United States has been defeated. Now, there was this video which came up from a soldier who was obviously fighting in Afghanistan, and the video circulated quite on the social media when he faced Joe Biden, President of the United States of America, and he claimed that we lost and we fought for nothing in 20 years in Afghanistan.
Let me clarify one thing, that I being a military general, I am aware of one thing, that it is not that America has been defeated in Afghanistan. Actually, they have gained a lot. And let me tell you what they have gained. They have pushed back the influence of China by 20 years. They have not allowed Russia to use this route to the warm waters for 20 years. So it is not that everything was in vain. The only thing is that overall their campaign in Afghanistan is a failure, and the definition of a successful campaign and a failed campaign is, I can just tell you in the exact words of a Russian philosopher. He says that any campaign which ends into a net politico-economic loss is a failure. So their campaign over here lost politically, they lost economically, so they have failed. They were not defeated.